for the week is travel. Who has ever been out of the country? Okay, so you've been out of the country, but have you been out of the country, but to a country that's still a part of the United States? Like Puerto Rico? No? Yes? Maybe one? Well, that's what I'm going to be talking to you about. A few years ago, back 4 or so years ago, my family and I took a cruise. One of the stops was Old San Juan, Puerto Rico, which is the capital. In Old San Juan, there was a massive 6-level military fortress called Castillo de San Felipe del Morro, or El Morro for short. It is the #1 tourist attraction in Puerto Rico, along with the Vieques Bayou, El Yunque, Colabrita, and Camoy Caves. Walking through El Morro is like walking through military history of Puerto Rico from the 15th century from the 1500s to the 20th century. The Vieques Bayou Bay is one of the most bioluminescent bays in the world due to the conservation of Puerto Rico and the geographical climate. People say if you go out onto Mosquito Bay on kayaks through the mangrove trees next to Vieques Island on a moonless night, you can see the bay and the fish under you start to glow. El Yunque, which means the anvil, is an untouched national park with several trails and one of the biggest waterfalls. Camoy Caves is one of the biggest cave systems in the world that has a tour that takes you rappelling down 600 feet drops, mudsliding, and body rafting. Colabrita is a little island right off the coast of Puerto Rico, known for its untouched natural beaches and nesting turtles. Its main beach is Playa Tortuga, which means Turtle Beach. Unfortunately, I did not get to go to many of these magnificent stops, but I did get to go to Castillo de San Felipe del Morro. I don't remember much about visiting the fortress, except for seeing the jail cells and standing next to the massive cannonballs. I remember Puerto Rico having colorful animals that we don't see too often here in Southern California. The mascot of Puerto Rico is a tiny tree frog called Coqui. Can you try and say that? Coqui, yeah. Right. Puerto Rico is home to the biggest single-dish radio satellite in the entire world. Although Puerto Rico is a part of the United States, it has some Spanish culture remaining. Like in their food, the most traditional of their food is lechon, which is a roasted suckling pig served right off the split. A few other traditional typical foods are mofongo and ceviche. Mofongo is a dish made with local ingredients stuffed into a plantain base. They usually put chicken and seafood, but for the daring, adventurous folks, steak. Ceviche is a raw seafood dish that, once it is caught, is directly cooked with citrus juice, normally lime or lemon. It's famous for being refreshing and tangy, and its alternative taste to the rich Puerto Rican foods. Although Puerto Rico is part of the United States, it is separate when at the Olympics. Anyone excited for the Winter Olympics coming up? Yeah. Hopefully they have some tricks up their sleeve, because Puerto Rico has only won 8 medals total. 6 silver and 2 silver and 6 bronze. Being a part of the United States has made Puerto Rico less of a Spanish country. With the currency being the US dollar now, and the languages both English and Spanish, but it has remained the main Catholic religion and is still 85% of it. Because Puerto Rico is a part of the United States, some of its culture, like its currency and its languages, have disappeared. But most people don't know it's a part of the United States. Puerto Rico is a beautiful place with exotic waterfalls, bioluminescent bays, magnificent history, and untouched beaches. Thank you for listening to my speech. Maybe one day you will take a trip or another trip to another country, or perhaps Puerto Rico, and take with you what I have told you.